In this video, let us learn about how we can read input from the user. In Java, we have a scanner class under the java.util package. So let us import this and create a scanner object. So reading the input from the user. So scanner, new scanner. And within the parenthesis, we need to specify from where we want to read our data from. Now, since we want to read the input from a terminal window, we can make use of the system class. So system, and on this we have the in field for reading the input. Now let me import the scanner at the top. So here you can see the import for scanner. Now this scanner object has a bunch of methods for reading the data. So on the scanner object, we have the nextByte method for reading a byte. We have a nextLine method for reading a line, and we have the nextInt method for reading a number, and so on. Now let us call the nextInt method. So the nextInt method on the scanner will give us the input number that the user gives. So let me store this in a variable. So int num, and let us print this to the terminal. So let's compile the code and run the file. And Java basics. So let us input a number, say 23, press enter. And you can see 23 is getting logged to the terminal. So this scanner.nextInt method returns us an integer value that we can store in an integer variable. Now suppose we need to read a string from the user. So for that we can make use of the next and nextLine methods. So let us use the next method first. So next method. So on our scanner instance we have this next method, and let us say this will return us a country. So the user will provide us a country string, and we can store it in a string variable. So let us print the country to the terminal. So system.out.println country. So now let us give this a whirl, but first let us compile this code. So java c basics.java and java basics. So let us input United Kingdom to the terminal, and let us press enter now. And as a result, you can see we are getting only the first word of the name of the country. So what is the reason for getting this output? Now the reason for this is that these words that we have here are called tokens. So every time you call the next method, it reads one token at a time. So first it reads United, then it reads Kingdom. Now since here we have two tokens, so we need to call the next method 2 times in order to get the complete country name. This means that the first time you call it, it should return United, and the second time you call it, it should return Kingdom. Now instead of calling the next method 2 times, let us make use of the nextLine method in order to read the full country name. So nextLine method. So for this we can make use of the nextLine method on the scanner instance, and this inputs the entire line that the user enters. So let me store this in a variable full country name. Now before we test this out, make sure to comment the above code where we are using the scanner instance. So let us print the full country name to the terminal. So system.out.println full country name, and let us give this a whirl. So java c basics.java and java basics. So let us again type United Kingdom, and now you can see we are getting the entire string being logged to the terminal. So it is reading all the tokens that the user provided in the entire input line. So this is how we read the entire input that the user gives. So even if the input has multiple spaces, tabs, the nextLine method is going to read the entire input line for us. So this was all I wanted to cover in this video. If you liked the video, do give it a thumbs up or comment down below if you have any query. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's catch up in the very next one.